They doubled the distance to follow Charlie, and were completely afraid to approach him. On the one hand, it seemed that they were throwing a rat for the unknown whereabouts of Tenglin Qingtian, and on the other hand, because they could not figure out who was secretly targeting them. So were more cautious. The convoy drove onto the expressway and passed by Kyoto. No one knows that the seemingly calm and quaint ancient city of Kyoto at this time has actually been feeling undercurrents. Maki Takahashi felt that Takehiko was secretly targeting him, so Tenglin transferred a group of ninjas from the family, who had already lurked to Kyoto secretly, and closely monitored the Ito family's residence in Kyoto. Once Maki Takahashi orders them, they can kidnap Nanako or kill her directly. And Takehiko Ito was unaware of these at this time. At this time, he was meeting with Jufei and Ziyu in Tokyo. However, the meeting process was not pleasant. Although Takehiko is very enthusiastic, he can also see that Jufei and Ziyu seem to have come and walked through the scene. Although the two brothers and sisters are also very polite and serious, and they talk very comprehensively, Takehiko always feels that, deep in their hearts, they are not very concerned about this cooperation. At the meeting, he proposed to obtain a 35% share in the cooperation. Originally, he wanted to leave 5% room for a counteroffer to the other party, and it would basically be possible to reach a consensus by letting the other party press down to 30%. However, he did not expect Jufei to directly throw a sentence. Mr. Ito, from the opinion of our Su family, if it is higher than 20%, we can't think about it. What? Takehiko was immediately stunned, and exclaimed in his heart, 20%? This is too damn dark. Jufei has his own consideration. In the view of the Su family, Maki Takahashi has two advantages compared with Takehiko. First, he wants to kill the Ito family. Second, he is willing to reduce the share to 25%. Therefore, looking at Takehiko now, he thinks that Takehiko must be at least equal to Takahashi's 2 points, and the other point is better than Takahashi's conditions. The first is to kill the Ito family, which is already an extreme request. Whether it is asking the Takahashi family to kill the Ito family or asking the Ito family to kill the Takahashi family, as long as it is killed, it will be the ultimate. Therefore, even Takehiko is willing to join hands to kill the Takahashi family. At this point, he is only equal to Maki Takahashi. In this way, unless he can get more favorable terms than Maki Takahashi's expulsion on the second article, there is no need for the Su family to consider it. That's why he offered a 20% share. If Ito agrees, then persuade him to agree to join forces to kill the Takahashi family. In that case, he won another 5% interest for the Su family. However, as soon as Takehiko heard about 20%, he couldn't stretch himself immediately. He was very angry and secretly thought, I want 35%, you give me 20%, and he said that if it is higher than 20%, it will not be considered, and there will be no room for bargaining. This is too much, right? This matter requires me to take advantage of my own domestic port and let you foreign capital come in to make money, but you only let me account for only 20%. Isn't it a bit deceptive? Thinking of this, Ito's anger rose in his heart. He said coldly to Jufei, Mr. Su, 20% is too low. I admit that the Su family is strong and there are many ocean-going ships in hand, but you can't do that either to squeeze me this hard? Jufei said seriously, Mr. Ito, the squeeze is far from talking, but we do have a lot of initiative now. Japan's economy is now declining. It is difficult for you to do this business at this stage. You want to earn this money, only cooperate with us. After a pause, Jufei said, although the 20% is less, after the business is running, the amount of this piece is still very large. If we make 10 billion United States dollars a year, the Ito family can share 2 billion. What is the concept of 2 billion USD? I believe it is impossible for the Ito family to have so much profit in a year, right? Takehiko shook his head and said, Mr. Su who does not calculate the account like this. If I do this by myself, although I may not make an annual profit of 10 billion United States dollars, the problem of doing more than 1 billion is not big. If you work hard by yourself, maybe you can achieve the scale of 2 to 3 billion. If you look at it this way, am I not at loss? Ziyu spoke with a bit of arrogance at this time. Mr. Ito, you just said that you might be able to achieve the scale of 2 or 3 billion USD with your hard work. In my opinion, it is impossible. Takehiko Ito frowned and asked, why is it impossible? My family is one of the best in Japan. Ziyu smiled and said with a bit of pressure, to be honest, if the Su family is not ready to do this business, you may have this opportunity, but since the Su family is going to enter the market now, then the Su family is there. It is certainly impossible for you to do such a large scale, and even the Su family may not allow you to do this business. Takehiko's pride was hit hard. He did not expect that Ziyu, who had never spoken very much, could speak so directly. It can even be said that they don't give any face to Takehiko. Feeling the shock, Ito's unconvinced emotions burst instantly. He gritted his teeth and said coldly, if this is the case, then there's no need to talk about it. The Ito family will operate this business by themselves. You will see with your own eyes how I do this business. Ziyu smiled slightly. Mr. Ito, then I wish you good luck.